See the rock in my hand, took it from another man. Took it from another plan. A final escape out the back of the door with the swinging handle. Rusty refrigerator that never worked 'cause it was too full. Full of your Shavagamoti 'cause there was too much moisture in the air. In the air. Look into my eyes and tell me that I'm a lion, that I'm a lion. Better than most. Look me in the eye and say that I am blind and searching, 'cause it's all a lot. Better than most. Condescending and a lying and attention and a lying in the dark. Lick it up without my fingers and lock it alright. If your body to your liking, if your water was a luxury, then I don't wanna want it no more. Want it no more. 'Cause I'm better than that. And though I knew and though I knew and though I knew it, did the shit anyway, to the course anyway, yeah. I don't take it back, I don't go back there, I don't take that back for nothing. Give my life for it, give my life for it, 'cause too mine, too much to say. Can't form the hands to pray. Too many voices in my head to find my own within. The sun will rise before my eyes. rose. Wrap up your petals into your own damn self. How do I know what you're thinking? How do I know it's enough? Is this enough? In the city you run where you're big and tough, I can fit in enough if I'm feeling rushed. I know it's uncertain, cause nothing is certain. Deafening divide leaves me unconnected. I'm protected. How can we learn how we can? Only for you. Only for you. No, 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 no. Do you ever get so
Tonight we have Kelsey Lou in session from our Maida Vale studios, and we're joined by Kelsey now. How are you?
Hi, I'm really well. Really happy to be here.
Yeah, we're so excited to have you in session. Since we made you our breaking artist back in March with the gorgeous track Running to Pain, we've been obsessed. So we've been looking forward very much to this session. How are the Maida Vale studios treating you?
Oh, they're so good. It's really good to be back.
Because obviously you've been making music, you know, for a long time. The debut EP, Church, that was that 2019 that came out?
That was actually 2016.
So 10 years.
Yeah.
So how do you feel like your sort of songwriting and your presence and everything else as your sound has evolved since then?
Well, I think that I've definitely matured in my approach to life in general. I've learned a lot of life lessons within these 10 years. But especially within these past 7 years of making this album Since Blood, which was 2019, I needed to search for my love for music again. Actually, we kind of fell out for a little while, because usually my process it's pretty in the moment. For instance, Better Than That, I never wrote any lyrics down. That was like just came out in the first take, and
wow.
I had no
Amazing.
idea how it was going to go.
How did you bring yourself back around from falling out of love with music to being able to process it so freely that you're kind of writing lyrics on the spot?
Well, I guess I didn't really have a choice. I think that if I wouldn't be able to come back, I probably wouldn't be speaking to you today. I mean, music has saved me on many, many occasions, and I had to just had to go into finding new ways of making music, and a lot of it was solid time, like alone, kind of stepping away from writing things lyrically, and more so focusing on composing and collaborating with artists on their projects, which kind of helped me kind of step out of my own head. And I've always loved to collaborate, and when you collaborate with somebody else, you're mind melding, and it kind of takes you into their world, and then you're able to connect in that way. And
Where did that musical intuition come from? Because obviously you grew up playing classical music. When did you become aware that you had this need to create music?
It was my first year in college. It was my first time away from home. That was really, all-encompassing in a very, strict way, growing up in a cult. So it was my first year really being outside and into the world that was not that, kind of into reality and around, kids my age that weren't in that religion. And so I was just kind of being free in many, many, many ways. I would find myself in the practice rooms in the middle of the night because I couldn't sleep, just playing my cello as if it was a guitar. And then also improvising with dancers in the studio. I had a lot of friends that were contemporary dancers, and I would just play with them while they would dance around, and I would just be like, yeah, you need a cellist? I'm down. I'm here.
Everyone needs a cellist.
Yeah, everybody needs a cellist. It's always
cello.
the thing. It's let's put a cello on it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that. So the sort of, it gave you access, the music thing, it kind of gave you, or creativity in general, kind of give you access to a world beyond the very strict religious upbringing that you had.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. It was my gateway.
Yeah.
Cool. And was collaboration an important thing for you with this upcoming record? I mean, we know that there's Sampha on Better Than That, upcoming features with Kamasi Washington and Kim Gordon.
Yeah. I first met Kamasi Washington when I first came to London and had my first show after Church came out. And I was opening for him. I think also Sampha was also on the bill. And then I was playing with Sampha and his band, and then we toured together. And I was opening and I was playing in his band. And then I was in LA and I was performing for a Dub Lab, a fundraiser. And Kim Gordon came up to me after I performed, and she was giving me these really nice compliments. I was like, whoa, she doesn't dish this out to everyone. And I actually didn't know who she was at first because I'm really bad at and I was like, she looks familiar. and then she walked away, and my friend came up and was like, oh my God. And I was like, what? And they were like, do you know who that is? I was like, think she looks really familiar. Like, that's Kim Gordon. I was like, no way. Like, oh my God. And then, you know, fast forward many years later, and, you know, at this point, maybe like 5 years later, I'm back in LA, and I'm starting to work on the album again and recording with Eve Rothman. And my friend Natasha, who's a good friend of Kim's, was like, do you want to go see Kim at Zebulon? I was like, for sure. And caught her set, and then we were hanging out in the green room afterwards, and I was like, I don't know if you remember me. She did. And I was like, mustered up all the strength I could and invited her to the studio, and she was like so down, and she came through, and we played over this really like unhinged sort of like cello piece that I made at the end of a day that was really frustrating. It was just one of those studio days where I was like, nothing is like really happening the way that I wanted it to, and I was really frustrated, and I was like, just put the record the cello, and I just like made this kind of furious track. And it was funny because I was like, you know, we were like playing her other songs from the album. She was like, that's pretty, and then I was like, pull up the thing that I did the other night, and then like within 2 seconds she was like, I want to play with that. I was like,
cool.
Okay.
Well, I can't wait to hear that. Sort of sticking with that theme of collaboration, you've worked with Rhodey McDonald on your debut, and then you just mentioned Eve Rothman, but also Jack Antonoff as well.
Yeah.
Tell us about how you came to work with Jack.
Yeah, we met I guess a couple of years ago now, and yeah, we just talked for a while. Like I went and stopped by Electric Lady, and we spoke for, might have been like a couple hours, just talking, and I was, you know, a little wary going into it. I think not only because personally I'm like, I don't want too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Also at that point, I've been working on it for so long by myself, and then even I started working on it for a little bit. You know, I was like working on it as writing and some producing this, and recording it by myself for like 5.5 years.
Yeah.
And then we met, and I was like, hell yeah. I caught a vibe, we caught a wave of energy, and then I played him Comfort, and then we ended up working on more songs, and it was so much fun. I think one of my favorite moments definitely was like we ended up in a studio outside of Rome, and it was just, you know, for me at least, like going away somewhere where I have no idea where I am is just really helpful. There's something that's really, I don't know, expansive. Yeah, we were out there, and one of my favorite moments was I was like, I'm feeling a lot like American Sonic could use some really interesting textures underneath, and I think we both really love to play in maybe unordinary ways when it comes to machines, or when it comes to actually like feeling tactile, you know, like either it's pulling on the tape or, you know, scratching things. And so I knew that he would just be down, and I ended up under the hood of the piano with like a paintbrush. Wow. And he had a paintbrush, and I just remember this moment I was looking up and I was like, yes. It's just it was just a lot of fun, a lot of like amazing playtime.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much for chatting to us and for playing this session. It's such a pleasure to hear more about your process and about the recording of this brilliant new album, So Help Me God, forthcoming. And then what else is happening for you? What have you got coming up?
Oh man, well, I have a tour that's going to happen in fall, which is exciting. I also just did another film score that's debuting during Cannes.
Wow.
So that's amazing. Exciting. Called Clarissa. Wow. By Arian Asiri, two brothers, brilliant directors.
Amazing.
And the album and playing.
Fab.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much again for speaking to us. It's such a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you so much.
The pleasure's all mine. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And here is the last track of tonight's performance, Kelsey Lou in session for New Music Fix Daily on 6 Music.